The powerful wild lion leaned into the man like a gentle kitten. It was a moment that spoke of an extraordinary bond between them, a reunion no one else had witnessed. Alex had spent most of his life in the South African safari. That day, like many others, he set out with his camera in hand. He had no idea what was waiting for him. Alex stumbled upon a lioness hidden among the rocks. Overwhelmed by her size, he instinctively aimed his rifle, but she didn't attack. She simply let out a low, warning growl. The lioness hadn't attacked. She simply couldn't move, caught in a steel trap. Alex felt relief, then anger. Someone had done this. He had to act before the poachers came back. As Alex approached, the lioness recoiled and raised her claws. She lashed out. He barely stepped back in time, but in that flash he noticed her swollen belly. There were cubs nearby, and there was no time to waste. The cubs were helpless. In this land, danger came from many sharp-toothed predators. The mother was still trapped and wouldn't let Alex near her, so he made a choice: find the cubs first and bring them back to her. Alex followed the tracks without pause. Then he heard faint cries ahead. In the tall grass, 3 lion cubs huddled together, calling for their mother. Alex carefully picked up the cubs and returned to the lioness. She growled low with warning, but he gently placed them down beside her and nestled against her side. Alex spoke softly, letting her know he meant no harm. She calmed down and began to nurse her children. As Alex watched their reunion unfold, he still didn't know how to free the mother lion. For a while, he simply sat beside her, gently speaking to calm her down. He didn't know how long she'd been trapped, but he was certain she must be starving. Leaving the lions with the promise, "I'll be back," Alex returned to his car and began searching for a carcass. Eventually, he came across the remains of a zebra. Though there was little meat left, still he believed it was enough. He carved out a large chunk and made his way back to the lions. The mother lion no longer showed the same hostility. She hesitated for a moment, then slowly rose to her feet. After sniffing the meat Alex had brought, she began to eat. Alex realized this was his chance. While the mother lion was eating, he raised the tranquilizer gun and fired. Before the drug could fully take effect, he rushed to untrap her paw and began guiding the 3 cubs toward the kennel in the truck bed. But Alex was so focused on his task, he didn't notice the mother lion had stopped eating and walked right up to him. When he finally looked up, he realized a massive shadow was looming just centimeters away. Yet the lioness showed no anger, no aggression. She simply stood there, barely able to walk due to her injury. Before she passed out, Alex gently stroked her, trying to guide her to the truck bed. The lioness seemed to understand and did something completely unexpected. Before getting in, she rubbed her head against Alex, as if cuddling up to him. Once she was finally in the truck bed, Alex strapped her down and raced toward their destination. As he drove, he couldn't help but be amazed by what had just happened. Through treatment and daily care at the sanctuary, Alex built deep trust with the mother lion and her cubs. He tended to them gently, speaking softly to reassure them until they could reclaim their place in the wild. They lived together like family. After months of care and healing, the day came to release them back into the wild. Alex embraced them over and over, trusting in the lives they would lead. He would never see that family again. One day, as Alex walked his familiar path, he spotted a pride resting in the shade. At the center was a powerful male lion, surrounded by reclining lionesses. Alex paused quietly at a distance, careful not to disturb them. The male lion slowly lifted his gaze, then suddenly stood and began walking straight toward Alex. His piercing eyes and massive frame made Alex's heart pound wildly. He was nearly overwhelmed by the fear that he might be attacked. But in that moment, Alex saw something familiar in the lion's eyes. It had to be the grown cub he rescued 4 years ago. A mix of shock and relief washed over him as he realized the meaning of this reunion. The giant male lion slowly approached Alex, and just as he had done with his mother, he pressed his head against him with a calm expression, showing his trust. Alex laughed loudly as he gently stroked the lion's magnificent mane. The large male lion squinted happily, nestling against the much smaller Alex as if seeking his friend's affection. Thinking he shouldn't stay any longer, Alex drove away and headed home. He knew this would probably be their only reunion, but he never imagined he could form such a deep bond with the lion in such a short time. As expected, he never saw those lions again, but Alex was left with an unforgettable memory that he would cherish for the rest of his life.